Hey everybody, Joe Pizar here, Certified Financial Planner here with Washington Family Wealth, and I wanted to bring out the next video in our financial calendar series. So what we're trying to do is give everybody something to do every month that will help them in the financial planning process for themselves personally. So this month we're going to focus on insurance and emergency planning. So we're going to punt on medical insurance. We're going to push that off till the end of the year. So what we're talking about when we talk about insurance this month, and I know it might not be the funnest thing to talk about. I understand insurance planning is not the funnest thing in the world, but it is important, and managing our risk, it's a way for us to do that. So we should take some time, consider what we have, and take a little bit of time every year, make sure it's still right for us. So we're going to talk a little bit about insurances like your life insurance, disability, long-term care, property and casualty, that's your homeowners, your auto policies, an umbrella policy if you don't have one of those, and all that other kind of insurance that goes along with it. Our major medicals we'll enroll with later in the year and change our Medicare supplements if we needed to. But when we look at our policies, and we're talking about whether it's group policies through your employer if you're still working, or individual policies that you bought outright, maybe through your property and casualty provider, you bought it online, picked it up a long time ago through a fraternal organization or wherever you picked it up. So what do we look at every year when it comes to our insurances to make sure that they're still appropriate for us and still in line with our financial goals? So one is we want to look at, and what we want to do is make sure we have documentation for those. So whatever policy we have, we want to make sure they're appropriately documented and we have those documents in a fire safe just in case, or backed up somewhere that we could get access to those, whether it be virtually, physically, or both. Then we want to know what type of coverage it is. So is it a term life policy? Is it a whole life policy? Is it what type of long-term care would it be? Is it an occupation or any occupation disability? So all those little details about the policy we want to have available to us so we know what type of policy or coverage it is and when it would kick in, what would it pay for, and most importantly, what it wouldn't pay for. So the coverage limits, all that kind of stuff. Then we want to look at what is our current premium or the rate we're paying for that policy. We might not pay any. It might be a paid up policy. We might pay something nominally through work, or our employer might cover it or some of the cost for us. So knowing what we pay for that coverage, and then could we replace that policy more cost effectively is what we're going to want to look at. So just knowing what we're paying for what coverage and how and what it would cover is the important thing. So that's all I wanted to say about that. We don't want to get too in depth, but just taking an assessment of what coverages we currently have, and then are they still appropriate? So looking at what is our life insurance need? What is our disability need? What is covered and what is that gap will give us a better idea of where you're at from a planning standpoint. We can certainly help folks set those limits and those, we need to be between this and this. And that's our goal for our coverage, or how much risk do we need to lay out? How much risk are we subject to? So then the next thing we want to talk about is emergency planning. So we've spoke a little bit about cash reserves. I wanted to go a layer deeper and talk about emergency planning in relation to the household. So certainly we want to keep our 3 to 6 month cash reserve for the unforeseen car repair or home repair or something that pops up medical bill that we weren't foreseeing. But when it comes to actually physically being prepared, and I don't want to talk necessarily about like what the emergencies could be, but every household should be prepared in the event of the power not coming on, supply chain disruptions, food not being on the shelves for any number of reasons, just disruptions in your local utility services. So those are all things that can happen, and we want to be prepared for those. So first and foremost, let's go through the needs, right? So food, water, and shelter. We want to make sure that, one, you have a couple of weeks worth of food. If there was a disruption in food supplies, that you could feed yourself and your family for a couple of weeks. Always a good idea to have that, as well as water to go along with the food so you can stay hydrated, and or a way to filter water that if you needed to. So always good to have those, as well as shelter. When we talk about shelter, it might be a safe place within your town or region that you can get to if your home, you weren't able to go home. It could be a safe place regionally, whether it be toward a local city or toward a local area, or even away from your local area. If we had to get out of the immediate area or the county, where would our safe house be or safe place to go be? Might be a relative, might be somebody else. So just having those plans in place, just like you have an exit plan to get out of your house in the event of a fire or other emergency, we want to have those emergency plans in place. In addition, having a little bit of cash reserve available to you in a safe, locked up place in your home is reasonable. We encourage folks to have, a little bit of cash, but nothing more than, I would say, a half a month of your monthly bills. So it's not having an exorbitant amount of cash. That can be a risk in and of itself. One, that cash is not keeping up with inflation. Two, it's just not good to have tons of resources, physically consolidated like that. So anyway, so I hope everybody takes a little bit of time, review and document your current policies you have in place. I bet you'll be surprised how many you have and what all they cover and all that. So it's good to document that. And two, double check on your family emergency plan to make sure that, if there are disruptions or would be a disruption, or you needed to go to a safer place, you would have some places to go, and that you've thought through that. So it's not a surprise when it really happens, or if it were to really happen, which we hope it doesn't. But anyway, so hope to join everybody next month in April. We are going to be doing tax filing and spring cleaning. So that's going to be exciting for us to talk about briefly. But hope everybody has a good rest of your March and is gearing up for a lovely spring here. So anyway, I'm Joe Pizar, Certified Financial Planner here with Washington Family Wealth, and hope everybody has a great rest of your day. Thanks.